first thing, everybody take a deep breath. There you go. That's one of my favorite stress reducers. You know what happens when you take a deep breath? More oxygen goes to your brain, allowing you to be more creative, allowing you to have clear thinking. Whenever we talk about balance or stress management or really creating more success in your business, the first thing I always start with is creating a compelling vision. A compelling vision is that idea, that image, really that beacon that you're working towards in your business every day. And I want you to take a little time with me this morning to create your compelling vision or reconnect with your compelling vision or redefine your compelling vision, because that's what is going to serve as your directional tool, really your compass, as you go through your day personally and professionally. Now, we of course live in California where metaphysics is big, and I love metaphysics. What I'm coming to you from today, though, is the perspective of brain science. I want to talk to you a little bit about how your brain works and why a compelling vision is so significant in serving you on a daily basis. So the first thing is that y'all know we have three brains, right? We have our reptilian brain, which is at the top of our spine, the bottom of our skull. And that takes care of heartbeat and breathing and other physiological functions without us having to think about it. Then you know we have our neocortex brain behind our forehead, which is the one we use when we write a goal, when we make our action plan. That's our neocortex brain. Way down in the middle of our skull is our mammalian brain, where our amygdala is our emotional center. Now, here's the thing. Our brains don't really chat that much. And so when we make a goal or we set a plan for our business, our neocortex brain knows what we're doing, but our emotional brain doesn't. So we have to take our goals, our action plans, our strategic plan, whatever it is, and we have to translate it into a language that our emotional brain understands. And that is the languages of the senses. Touch, taste, smell, sight, sound, right? Of course, the easiest is sight. So I want you to think about, what do you want your business and your personal life, you can pick do your business, you can do your personal life, what do you want it to look like? What is the ideal business or life for you? What does that look like? Is it the corner office? Is it the home office with a view of the beach? Is it making marketing calls in your hot tub? That sounds good, right? You know, what is it? Is it being able to go on vacation twice a year with your family, having more time away, 4 times a year, 6 times a year? I've done a lot of work with chiropractors, and Scott Walker, who's a big trainer in the chiropractic world, he teaches chiropractors to take 6 weeks off a year. And he actually has proven that the ones that are taking 6 weeks off a year are making more money than the ones that are taking 2 or 3 or 4. Why? Because it's all about planning and having that vision of how you want it to be. And every day asking yourself, okay, how can I make an adjustment to get closer to that beacon of my compelling vision? Now, why is it important, everybody? Because another thing about us, human beings, is that we're never more successful than we perceive and believe we can be. Because we have to shift our self-perception. Let me give you a classic example. Think about the high school teenage boy. He wants nothing more than to drive a nice car, right? And he thinks about that car, he reads all the car magazines, he takes one out, he puts it on his mirror, he looks at it every day, he thinks about driving down right in front of the school with his friends and the cool feeling that would go along with that. He thinks maybe about Susie or Jane or Mary, who he would like to give a ride in his car, and he thinks about how nice that would be. Well, what is he doing? Because guess what? His neocortex brain knows he doesn't have it yet. But his emotional brain doesn't know that. So the power of all that positive emotion, every day, thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, pretty soon he's changing who he feels, what he feels about himself, and who he thinks he is. And then he takes the job after school, and then he tells mom and dad, and they say, you know what, if you get your grades up, maybe we'll give you a loan. And then pretty soon, he's realizing his compelling vision. He's shifting his whole life to get what he wants. Now, what is your red Mustang when you're in high school? It's not a Mercedes. When you're in high school, it's not a Mercedes. It's a Mustang, right? Exactly. Maybe mom and dad, right? So think about it. What is it for you? Now, you know, I work a lot with direct sellers. Those are Tupperware ladies, Mary Kay ladies, those kinds of businesses. And one of the great things about their company is that they have trips that they can win every year, or they have cars that they can get, because it's a nice picture that they can stick on the wall. Now, I'm not necessarily suggesting, of course, for any of you that it's a car or a trip. But the great thing about that is that you can stick the picture on the wall. And represents a positive business growth to get that prize. So what can you do for yourself? What does it look like to you? Take a deep breath. Let it out. And I want you to grab a pencil and a paper, or a pen and a paper, and talk to your neighbor if you don't have a pen, because I want you to take a minute right now, and I want you to think about what is it for you, and I want you to reflect for a moment, and I want you to write it down. Right now. Go. See, here's the beautiful thing about your compelling vision. You don't have to know how it's going to happen. You just focus on it, and focus on it, and focus on it, and like I said to Carol, you begin to be loud and proud about it. And some people say, some success experts, they say, oh, don't share, what you're doing because you don't want people to stomp on it. Well, I don't believe that, because I believe the more you give voice to it, and the more you speak about it, and the more you stand up and say, this is what I want, and you're loud and proud about it, not only the more people can help you, but the more you're shifting your self-perception, okay? In fact, as a daily success practice, something you do every day that helps you have a great day today and helps you to get closer to where you want to go, that's a daily success practice. A daily success practice is to reflect or meditate or pray or however you want to do it on your compelling vision every single day. In fact, I want to encourage you to do it 2 or 3 times a day. Of course, you all know the 15 minutes when we wake up in the morning and the last 15 minutes before we go to REM sleep at night are the times when our mind is most open to new ideas and being inputted. And our subconscious, by the way, is our biggest success partner. Our subconscious, 8 hours a night, it's working for you if you give it something to do. Okay? But if not, you're going to be dreaming about David Letterman or Jay Leno. Okay? Or something like that, or George Clooney, for example. But because the thing is that whatever you put in it at the end of the evening is what is going to be happening in your brain at night, your subconscious. So give it something to do. Tell it to work on that article that you want to write tomorrow. Tell it to work on that workshop. Tell it to come up with a solution for XYZ's client that you're not quite sure what to do. Tell your brain, okay brain, get busy on Marion's kitchen so that when I wake up tomorrow, I know what to do. Use your brain. It is your best part and one of your biggest success partners. Now, I said you don't have to know how it's going to happen, your compelling vision, but by focusing on it, then what will happen is your brain will begin to figure it out. And sometimes it just falls in your lap.